Hello and welcome. Today we are going to crack the code on a task that trips up so many people on the IELTS exam, the bar chart report. You know the one. By the end of our time here, you're going to have a super simple, repeatable process to turn that task from something you dread into something you can absolutely nail for a top score. Okay, picture this. You're in the exam. The clock is ticking. You've got this bar chart full of information, a totally blank page, and only 20 minutes to work your magic. It's that moment, right? It can feel pretty overwhelming. But what if I told you there's a simple formula to handle it perfectly every single time? See, the secret isn't about being some kind of data wizard, not at all. It's about having a rock-solid structure. We're going to walk through a 4-paragraph blueprint that pretty much takes all the guesswork out of writing your report. Think of it as your foundation for a guaranteed high score. And here it is. It's that simple. 4 logical steps. You've got your introduction, your overview, and then 2 body paragraphs. It's really just, first, you say what the chart is about. Then you give the big picture summary, the most obvious trends. And finally, you zoom in and give the specific details as evidence. That's it. Simple, clear, and seriously effective. So let's zoom in a little on what goes into each paragraph. For the intro, a great tip is to use synonyms. Instead of just repeating the chart shows, you could say the bar chart illustrates. But look at the overview. This is the single most important rule. I mean it. You have to summarize the main features without using any specific numbers. This part is crucial. You're just telling the main story. What's the highest, what's the lowest, what's the biggest difference, before you get into the nitty-gritty in the body paragraphs. All right, so now that we've got our structure sorted, let's upgrade our toolkit. To really get those top marks, you need to speak the language of data. I mean, saying something went up is fine, but it's not going to wow an examiner. We need to be more precise, show some variety, and use more academic language. And this slide just shows you how big of a difference that makes. The impact is huge, right? The figure experienced a rapid increase doesn't just say it went up, it tells us how it went up. This is exactly how you show off a high-level vocabulary, or what the examiners call lexical resource. So here's your new arsenal for any upward trends. Instead of just saying increase over and over again, you can use words like rise, climb, or my personal favorite, soar, for really big jumps. And notice, you can use them as nouns too. There was a gradual increase. Having this kind of variety is exactly what the examiners are looking for. And of course, the same thing applies when things are going down. Decline and drop are great, but a word like plummet, that shows a real command of the language. It paints a picture of a very fast, very dramatic fall. Using these specific words shows you truly understand the data. You're not just vaguely describing it. And hey, not all data just goes straight up or down, right? Sometimes it stays pretty much the same, or it bounces around all over the place. For those situations, having phrases like remain stable or fluctuated considerably ready to go is perfect. Okay, so you've got the structure, you've got the vocabulary. The final piece of this puzzle is your grammar. See, a top score requires more than just sentences that are grammatically correct. It requires a range of different grammatical structures that really show off your English skills. These right here are the heavy hitters. Examiners are actively looking for these things. Can you write a simple sentence and then follow it up with a more complex one? Are you using comparatives like higher than and superlatives like the highest? And can you tie all your ideas together logically with words like however and moreover? Mastering these is pretty much non-negotiable for a band 8 or 9. Now this is a beautiful sentence. It's a perfect example of what a high-scoring sentence looks like. It's a complex sentence, using while to contrast 2 different trends in one single, elegant go. It combines that great vocabulary, rose sharply, declined slightly, with advanced grammar. This is exactly what you should be aiming for. All right, theory is great, but let's see how this all comes together in practice. We're going to break down a model answer and see exactly how it uses every single principle we've talked about to get that band 9 score. Okay, so here's our task for today. It's a classic bar chart comparing 3 different income groups and what percentage of them owned 4 different luxury items. As you can see, there's a lot of data to report, so having that structure is going to be absolutely key. I want you to stop and just look at this sentence. This is the overview. Notice what it does so brilliantly. It identifies the #1 most important trend, that richer families own more luxury stuff, and it does it without a single number. This one sentence alone is probably enough to secure a high score for task achievement. It's like the golden sentence of the entire report. And here's the final report card. This answer just hits every single mark. Task achievement? Perfect, because of that crystal clear overview. Lexical resource? Top-notch, using great phrases like affluent households. It shows a fantastic grammar range with a mix of sentence types, and it's perfectly cohesive, flowing logically from one idea to the next. It's just a perfect execution of our blueprint. So, we've broken it all down. What are the absolutely crucial points you need to remember as you walk into that exam room? Let's boil it all down and solidify your path to a Band 9. This right here, this is your checklist. Follow that 4-paragraph structure, no excuses. Never, ever, ever put specific data in your overview. That's for the body paragraphs. Flex those vocabulary muscles we talked about. Show off your grammar skills. And finally, always remember, your job is just to be a clear, concise reporter. You're not analyzing why something happened. You're just reporting what the data shows. At the end of the day, every chart is telling a story. It might be a story of comparison or change or distribution. With the right structure, the right language, and the right grammar, you have all the tools you need to tell that story clearly and effectively. So the only question left is, are you ready to tell it?